time. Why can't you see? So locate and stand straight and take aim. Let's
Wow, okay, now I'm blown out too. Welcome back, everybody, to FSB Racing Friday Night, where it has been non-stop problems as we get set up here and started. As you can see, my camera is blowing me out, turning me into Casper the Ghost. Milty's chair is there, but Milty's not there because we just got him into TeamSpeak. But we got Indianapolis. Classic Motor Speedway here. Pardon me as I rearrange things. Let's see if I can fix that camera too. My goodness. I get the starting grid up here while we do that. I see Jammin' Jay on the pole. He's still chasing Slim in this points battle. And that's going to do him some good tonight if we get some laps led, get out there early. It helps when you start out front. Where is my camera controls? Oh my goodness. So how's your day going? There's my camera hub, and there's Milty. Milty has returned to us.
Ay, caramba.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man, I was supposed to, like, go get some beer, and then, I don't know, people just call me all, co-workers. Run out of time, man. Had, like, 3 hours to get the shit done, and, fucking didn't work out that way. Fuck.
We got Doris cheering for Slim tonight, of course. Good to see her checking in. Alright.
Oh, we're live?
Yeah, dude, it's 9:46.
Sorry for the F-bomb there, folks. You gotta tell me this stuff, man.
I thought, oh, that's right, because your system's clock is all messed up.
No, man, we're gonna lose some viewers now.
I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Well, look at me. I'm like freaking Casper here because my camera settings that are supposed to persist did not.
Oh, if you don't have problems, I guess you ain't living, And we all got problems. Life's
guess
pretty
so.
tough right now.
Oh,
That's why we like to enjoy a little bit of fantasy land here. Fantasyland in the way of Indianapolis. Back home again in Indiana.
All right there, Jim Neighbors. All right, I've fixed my camera. I look so much more lifelike now.
You are huge.
Huge. I got this huge forehead going with my hair pulled back underneath the headset. That's a 5-head, folks. Anyway, getting back to the grid.
That's 5-head.
Drivers,
Getting back
your
to the
car.
grid. You got Jason Dulfer and Slim Jim Gately making up your front row, followed by Matt Watkins and Ken Shea. So, man, those four ought to be holding up traffic, right? No, those are some hot shoes up there in the front four. No surprise seeing those guys qualify well. Dave Jandry, good to see him back on a Friday night, sitting there P5. Chris Beckman, Dave Ellens, Jeff Hale, the Highwayman, Jim Christopherson, and Nick Walters, who appears he's in our booth right now. Good to see you there, Nick. He rounds out your top 10, so we got to get to our jinx in here, Milty.
Well, a lot of cars I haven't seen in a while, and a lot of cars did not queue here. So let's go with the leader here.
Drivers, start your engines!
63, the Punisher, Jason Dulfer is my pick.
Saying Jammin' Jay is due, and I'd say that is a strong pick. Danny Falcon checking in. Good to see Danny in the chat. I think
Danny on vacation.
since this, now usually in most fields I wouldn't bet against Ken Shea when he shows up, but this is not a short track. This is Indianapolis.
Well, he's
and
very
you can't,
good here too. The problem is
but-
his passing. You're gonna
Yeah,
have
the
to
problem
have
is
good
everybody's
pit
fast
stops.
here.
You're gonna have good green. You're probably gonna have cautions early, and then you're gonna have green flag later here. So let's see how that works.
I'm going to go with the Slush Puppy machine there. Number 15, Matt Watkins.
Good pick.
I'd say Powder Blue in Victory Lane tonight. Hey there, Chris. Which colors are you rocking tonight? There you are. You got the jeans machine there. That's right, starting the outside of row 3.
I put
This-
my pants on.
I hope so.
One leg at a time, baby.
Yeah, we don't want any more letters from the FCC. Well, yeah, this track is...
So look, long. Look, just this pace lap is long. Cautions are long. You gotta
Yeah, you don't-
regain your focus, and you gotta work to pass here. You really don't get the draft you would think you would get here on the straightaways.
Well, you do in terms of speed, so if you lose that draft, you're going to lose touch with the leaders. But yeah, it's not as easy to use for a slingshot pass as you'd like it to be. I get what you're getting at there. Danny.
I've won the Indy 500 here at FSB and the IndyCar, and I can't remember if I won one of these in a stock car, but it's very difficult to pass and very difficult to, practice and everything as we get ready to go green.
Pace car off.
Back home again in Indiana.
Green flag in the air. Jason Dulfer, Slim Jim Gately, and all the rest of the stars and cars lead us to green. And turn one, where we got to really funnel it in there. These tires are cold. They don't like gripping on the high side. Slim's in a very precarious spot there. Hangs on.
You don't practice that, or maybe some guys do, but you need to because, but there's nothing like race conditions at Indy. It's a whole new world, folks.
Well, we talked about Jam and Jay being in a great spot to go lead that first lap and pick up a bonus point, but instead he is getting freight trained as Slim was able to hold the momentum through turn 2 and got the rest of the field behind. Oh, no!
The 51 gets sideways into the 63, and they're around.
Oh, no. Your points contender, Jason Dulfer.
And we're coming back to the yellow.
Not the start he was looking for.
That is the thing about the kink right there. Definitely, you practice that, but race conditions are so much different. And when you're on the outside, once you get loose, it's very hard, as you saw live there. And I'm sure we'll take some pics of it. Take a look
We're
at
going to get
this.
the replay here. My pick's going on here.
At this track, you're always fighting understeer and oversteer. That means the car in NASCAR terms, that's push. You got push, or the rear end is loose. And at this track, you experience both of those every lap, especially with green tires.
I'm having mouse issues on the camera 2 PC.
This is a cheese grater, so which is one lap in. If you're in the back, you might pit. This is a track like Darlington where they pushed the car out and you already wore the tires out, or you even got on the track.
No, that was in more recent years. In this version, not quite that severe.
But the Levi's car takes a look. He's just toying and playing, but you see the guys in the back, some of them going in. Why not?
All right, Milty, we got the replay queued up
go.
here finally
There we go.
because of my mouse issues. You see Dave Jandry just up on the high side. I was talking about how slick it was up there when Slim was up. And
Just got loose there.
there
The
it
veteran,
is.
that would not expect that from Dave Jandry. He's definitely not going to be happy with himself, but that's how quick it happens.
Look at that traffic jam there.
And that's Indy, these cars this track was made for cars with a co-driver.
Yeah, it was revolutionary
Yeah.
when Ray Haroon, the first winner, just decided to forego the mechanic. And the weight savings was enough.
Yeah, nothing Dolfer could do there. He just
He was just along for the ride. He just took the one hit. Oh, no, he got hit
And he
again.
got hammered too after, which everybody slowed down like they should, but from 175 down to nothing is hard to do.
It's tough.
especially in those corners. Jeff Hale around.
Yeah, I felt fortunate to get through there.
Absolutely.
Let's take a look from. Let's see who was close to this. We got
Well,
through. We'll go.
racing is funny like that, man. I mean, dudes need a break.
Oh, I don't have sound from camera 2
And
either. Oh my
that
goodness.
41 car is. We seen them win, and maybe we could get a streak going here. Look at that!
Look at that, down to the access road for both.
Woo!
Yeah, both Chris Beckman and Jim Christopherson.
That was like
Great
the Marx
evasive
Brothers
action there.
Like Chris Berman, whoop, 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 whoop. Like I said, my take on the race was going to be just like that. Got to get through this. I'm expecting eventually some long green flag runs and green flag pit stops, which we saw Matt Watkins, not nail that last week, which is pretty rare. He don't know, he don't have the pause button on his steering wheel. He's got the go button. He's got the boost button. So way out in the lead, challenged that, nailed the pit wall, and then 2 laps later blowed up. Whether it was, relevant, I don't know. It sure looked like it. And I know this guy. We know this guy. That little thing was stewing in his head afterwards. He's, the thing is, I did beat this guy one time in the Indy 500. That's because I wrecked him, and I swore I wasn't going to do it. Told my teammates 2 to go, green flag, and I stuck it in there and wrecked him, and he was cool about it. And the next year he won the Indy 500 FSB. When this guy gets another chance at something, he's extremely focused.
And it does happen. I bumped into him last year at Memphis, and you don't mean to ever run into anybody out here, but it's so tight up here, especially at the front at the end of these races.
Well, there have been guys that have won races, and when they got luck didn't go their way, they lost it. They weren't team players. The guy that he wins a lot, but when it doesn't go his way, that's called sportsmanship. But what he gonna do is he gets his next chance on Friday night on live TV. He gonna be going here.
I did it.
Still, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I did a lot of following the 15 car on Tuesday night. He was pretty fast.
He puts that stuff behind him, and let's go. It's an amazing thing to win a race in this league at this level, and it's really amazing when you win a lot. Some people can't handle that over the long run. This guy's been doing this stuff for over 10 years here in this league. Never had a sportsmanship issue. He's won some, lost some. He helps other drivers just like Slim Jim. There's a privilege to want to race against the best and to have class. And we're talking on and on. Why? Because this is a 2.5 mile an hour, 2.5 mile track, and there's a lot of time to talk here because these cautions are slow.
Yes, they are.
We got time to shout out the 40 car and the 43 as well for being back. Nice to see them back.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the
Starman back in
043
the
as
house
well.
there,
Yeah, Brian Lovell
this is
checking
a
in.
race he can win. He's very good on these big tracks. Don't recognize the last name Lovell. They are related. Him and his brother are related to Jim Lovell, the astronaut. Apollo 8, Apollo 13.
All right, green flag about to come back out here for Slim Jim and company here on lap 6.
Well, you know, this track is always about bringing it again, and it's hard enough on regular smaller tracks, but a bigger track like this, a lot of time for the mind to wander. Got to get to going.
I am still fighting with camera 2. That's why I'm so quiet here. You saw the Razer software pop up for a second.
Yeah, I saw that. I tried to click it. The natural response.
Sorry about that.
Slim Jim Gately out on the point.
Yeah, a huge part of what allows me to do things the way I do them here is the Razer mice that I use and the programmability built into them. My wife's smacked her foot on something as she stood up. But yeah, but man, when the soft, yeah, she did. It's all right. We are
human beings.
When the stuff isn't working, it is frustrating. Right now, the Razer software is like being really slow. Not loading my profile. Ugh.
Yeah, Danny Falcon, we need to see you out there one day, like Richard Petty come back. I definitely think about that a lot, along with all the stuff going on in your personal life, a lot of work, trying to make money. And, also, trying to commit to Donkey Bob Racing too, which with my leg, yeah, races like this, not so much, so not too much break. We'll see, in the perfect world, maybe I should play the lottery. Now you settle in right here and you start to work on guys. Let's take a look here. We got a group separating here a little bit. If I'm the 115 right here, I like where I'm at. I gotta stay with this group here. Just stay.
Whoa, Matt Watkins seriously loose there. Hangs on to it. Oh no, Chris Beckman in the wall.
Goes around inexplicably, and
I think he may have gotten bumped.
The 15 and the 40, that looked like some kind of a failure right there. You just can't figure this stuff out here. And
severe impact for the 15.
Bad luck brings opportunity, and caution is out.
Caution is out.
That was a pretty hard lick on the 15. We'll have to see if there's damage there, but
Oh, there's heavy damage on the 15 car already.
the 41 just veered left there.
40 is now has been towed to the pits, so he took a hard hit.
Nailed too. Well, that's why we watch, because you can't rip this stuff.
So watch the
back
replay here.
Take a look.
I'm gonna reduce to one camera here, and wow, I'm not
The
sure.
15 way low, and
Yeah, 15 saved it off 2.
Rewind that back again. Here, okay, here we go.
So there's the save by the 15, and then... Oh, it was a bad bump. That was a bad
Oh, that
bump.
was a bump from the 40. Okay.
I think Chris might be okay, though. Let's go back and look, see if he hit anything. Other than Matt.
That's still hard lick right there.
A little bit to the outside. Oh, it's a hard shot to the left. So yeah, that could be some serious nose damage to the 41 car.
He was trying to hit him clean, but yeah, I don't know if I want to do that, especially this early in the race. And
Yeah, 40 was just a little off center there and got him on the left side of the bumper.
wow, ironic that you know, Beckman was just talking about, you know, the 40 there, and then they get into it. Down pit road already with this cheese grater, Slim Jim Gately.
Well, 10
Yeah,
laps on these
Slim
tires.
Jim,
Yeah.
he's taking no chances, and neither is everybody else. They're gonna do what he do, that's what I do.
That voodoo that you do so well.
You just, you know, if you got the privilege to race against that guy in the 23, you know how badass he is. There's so many championships he could have won, and he finally got that one a couple years ago, and always puts life first. But the skill, the professionalism, sportsmanship, everything that this guy has. You know, when you're a driver and you race against him, you're looking for motivation. Like, I want to hate this guy, but you can't. He's too cool. Plus, he's helping you at the same time, and he's still beating you. This is a really good chance for Dave Ellens, and I think he gets the spot right there. We talk
You
about
take
so
2
many
or do you
these
stay
guys,
out?
and we call it professional sim racing, and yeah, they get, you know, they're right there, but just give dude a chance here, and another guy that could win this race in that 115. And he's back in that Cadillac, right? Or no, it's a Chevy.
57
right?
Chevy.
That's just such a badass paint job right there. Thing about Indy is damage and comers and goers. It's going to be, you know, it's going to tighten up here now. We've seen the 43 car. He's bringing it tonight, and well prepared. And
043 or 43? We got both of them out there right now.
043, yeah.
Hey, good to see Brian Level back. To see him on the right side as I've managed to get camera 2 working again. Oh my god, that was an ordeal.
God, it's not up to me. We'd be in a world of hurt.
I've never seen such a simple utility update so slowly and cause the whole computer to slow to a crawl in the process. Anyway, with
my
that...
computer was 3 days behind, so still haven't figured that out.
Yeah, yours was living in the in the past.
Back to the future.
Anyway, I'll get a step aside for a minute. I'll be right back.
Long
Yep.
run
Long pace
here
laps.
on these pace laps.
I think the 41 car might be okay. I didn't register any damage, but you never know how that works. You know how that can be milled.
Yeah, I see the idea there, if that was the idea, but he caught you right at the point where you were still turning a little bit and not perfectly straight, I believe, and it
I think
just shot you. Plus, if you're gonna hit somebody, you gotta hit them square. In this sim, you know, bumping could be drastic. You know.
had I been expecting it, I think we'd have been okay. I just I wasn't expecting it, to be honest. It felt a little early. So, but hey, no big deal.
Well,
Me and Jim have raced plenty of times,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Yeah.
just a little miscommunication. That's no problem.
Well, for me and Jim Ray, the owner, operator, original owner, operator, and founder of this league, and teammate, if we had $1 for every time that happened between us, well, I'd have more money than I have now. Yeah. You got to go for it. Winning on a Friday night. We'll see what happens with the 15 here. How much damage did he get? Can he get back up? Right now, it's Slim Jim is in the captain's seat. Long way to go.
Looks like 15 did retire. He decided it wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it was a hard lick there, and he's not racing the full season, and yeah, disappointing. But I would say last week with him, blowing chunks going into pit road, that pissed him off. Something like this where it's not out of his control. He's a lot like me, where you just don't. I'm done. But when you make a mistake, as a perfectionist like the 15 is, that, and you make a mistake, I'm sure that bothered him a lot more. So he's well prepared, and there are
absolutely.
things you can't control. That's why it's racing. That's why you love it.
Well, we all know Matt. He'll be back next week, as strong as ever.
Yeah. Brian Love up to P3 there. Ellen's P2. These guys are still in, possible victory here. Long way to go.
Okay, I'm back.
Running this track, you got it. And there's
Brian Love will
Johnson
lose.
making a move down low, and the 43 slams the wall. I think it's going to stay green here. Starting to see that these guys are getting really caught off guard here. Let's take a look here.
Like you just got loose up on the high side, like we were talking about before. Yeah, a little wiggle, brake stomp, and hard right turn into the outside wall.
In practice these laps, when you practice, you're always looking at your optimum apex. When your car has to be, 6 inches to 6 feet away from that, and we're under caution here.
Under caution for something to happen after that.
When you're out of your comfort zone right there, and then you got the arrow around you, that's when you get surprised.
Yeah, it looked like the 25 got caught up with somebody there.
Thing is, when you run this race, most of the time it doesn't run like this, so you've got to get to going, or you'll never have a chance to get even the top 5.
There you go,
And it
Kevin
was a
Mays.
92 car. Yep, Kevin Mays.
Also loose on his own, right in front of DJ Sorrentino. Good job dodging that.
Definitely cold tires are catching these guys off.
And then after the caution's already out, oh my goodness, things just went from bad to worse for Brian Lovell. Oh, and DJ's. And wait a minute. Look, and DJ Sorrentino, who narrowly missed Kevin Mays on the other end of the track, finds the tumbling 043.
Right there. Not sure what's going on there.
So here you go, DJ having missed that on turn 1 and 2. Still got the draft here, and slowing. Very good on the brakes. Brings it down to the bottom, and
nowhere to go. You can't come to a complete stop at that speed.
no.
And
So
as
it's
a
Brian
driver,
Lovell.
you're always thinking, why did I hit the infield? Oh, there's grass right there, bro.
This is the lap.
Snap loose.
Yeah, Brian Lovell took this restart in third, and it just all went downhill from there. Okay, so the caution was not out for Kevin Mays.
The 25 got in the back of him. Courtier.
Yeah, it's okay, as they closed up on the slower 043 after that incident.
Well, you
Pals
thought you
Ferguson
could
was
make it
moving
3
up.
wide there. Indy, that's not a probably good idea.
Yeah, that was hard hits all around. Well, they got to get this stuff together here, because as you were alluding to before, these caution laps are really long around Indianapolis. Usually once you get going, it ends up with green flag stops, but sometimes the trans are for early cautions. And that is the way it is looking tonight.
Well, Slim Jim's, he's eating Slim Jims here. He's not drinking Budweiser, but yeah. So maybe he can go a while here. You know, watching that Austin Dillon deal on TV there, he's like, which my dad used to have that question asked to him. What do you do when you gotta go? You know, well, you go just dude. What do you? Are you gonna take a pit stop and yeah, you gotta pee in the suit, yeah.
Yeah, ask Tony Stewart.
Or worse, yeah. Well, in that deal with Austin Dillon there, his pit crew buddy, it's like, well, what about number 2? And he just kind of looked. Like, I'm not going to say nothing, yeah, but just the look is like, yeah. You going to win the Daytona 500? Or I know definitely when my dad raced at Daytona and hit the wall, he did both, yeah.
Oh.
And
That would be the road course, right?
Yeah, the road course, the Paul Revere 250 IMSA race at night back then it was on the eve of the Firecracker 400 back in the late 70s, early 80s. And yeah, I still have a wheel right here, holds up a table from that car, and it's pretty, it hit the wall, so it's pretty damaged. It holds up my table.
Yeah, the old story. Tony Stewart was leading at Watkins Glen, but experiencing, shall we say, intestinal distress. They had Boris Said ready to relief drive for him, which is funny because Boris is like 6 inches taller than Tony.
Yeah, he's like, I met Boris. He actually signed a hat I have when I was at the Monterey Motorsports reunion, and I'm 6'3", and yeah, he towers over me. So
Yeah, so it might even be like a foot taller than Tony, because I think Tony's only in like the 5'8" to 5'10" range.
yeah, he's extremely tall. You know.
Yeah, Boris said that is, and the hair adds another couple inches. But yeah, they had Boris ready to relieve him, but then Tony finally relieved himself and finished the race.
You gotta go, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah, finished the race, said he felt a whole lot better, and went on to win it. And instead of driving to victory lane, he went straight to the motor coach.
Yeah, I would do that too. You know, I mean, there's no way I'm gonna want to be standing there.
I wouldn't.
Get my business. You know,
I wouldn't want to ride back in the hauler with that car afterwards either, though, man. Oof.
Well, that was the thing when my dad wrecked at Daytona. You know, it's like he was worried somebody was gonna know. You know.
We got some chat. JF Groden, hey, checking in there
What's
in the
up,
chat.
Jeff?
Jason Skillings.
That's my teammate from Donkey Bop. Great driver. One Nürburgring in iRacing, but he's been struggling with COVID. Definitely, like a lot of us, ready to get back on the saddle here.
Yeah, that stuff's no fun. Had it myself. Do not recommend.
Well, you know, now we're like we talked about. This thing's going to start to get busy here. Yet we're seeing, guys getting loose early. You know, in your mind as a driver, what do you got to think? You got to think. I got to take it easy these first couple laps. Get in line, get those tires warmed up, and then try to do some business here.
Well, we got the pace car
Guys,
off.
We're seeing guys just trying to get out of the way and not really being aggressive and still losing it.
That's the thing. We were talking about this last night as the pace car ducks off and Slim Jim leads us back to green here on lap 18 of 64. Pit window is about 18 laps, 18 to 20 laps here, by the way. So we've basically run the first scheduled stop worth here. And let's see if we can get green the rest of the way. But we were talking last night at the Atlanta, the version we were running, at least, in the truck racing, about how sometimes when you try and go too slow, you actually make the car looser. And I think that goes here. There's a lot of spring loading that goes into a car here on the big, flat, fast track.
Well, these are not fast setups. They're not generic.
They're not stock setups.
They're pro setups.
Yeah, I mean
Slim Jim gets a great start here.
They're still accessible.
Exactly. Draft isn't a huge player like you would think, but
86 DJ Sorrentino looks like he's going to retire it going down pit road.
Well, think about running here. It's like running at Daytona. How much fun are you going to have if you're off pace?
Yeah, unless you're trying to collect points.
Slim Jim just measuring the field right here. Not too worried about the draft or really getting a move here, but and again, there's that guy. Where did he come from? Ryan Johnson, the 59. There he is, and he's being really aggressive. He's got a handle on these early lap feelings in these cars. DJ Sorrentino is leaving pit road, so he ain't done yet. No, that's.
I wonder if he had to serve a penalty.
I'm not sure who that was, but.
Oh, Kevin.
I was
Kevin
on the wrong
Mays.
driver. My bad.
Kevin Mays is around again.
And the caution is out. Not your normal FSB race here, which, problems for some are opportunities for others.
It's just Kevin Mays heading into turn 2, I believe. In between 1 and 2. It just goes around and almost in front of Donald Ritchie. Donald Ritchie wisely got it slowed up.
That's 2 on Kevin, and he's going to
Well,
park it.
actually it wasn't, because the other caution before was actually brought out by the accident at the end of the straightaway. But yeah, he took 2 spins.
As a driver, you're like, heck with it.
He couldn't know that because he was still trying to get the car going when the caution flew, and for all he knew, it was him. It was triggered by him getting back on the track.
Meanwhile, Ryan Johnson gets into P2 here.
Yeah, hometown boy and series admin Ryan Johnson, Indiana native, sitting there P2 behind his teammate
We know
Jim
him
Gately.
for, late race heroics and fuel strategy, and he's a big thinker. But tonight, he's been a charger. What do you do now? You got a few laps. He's greater. You go down pit road. Cars in the back with some damage. A couple stay out. Yeah, why not? But the rest of them down pit road. Indy Pit Road is unique by itself.
Now look at all those empty pit stalls around Slim Jim.
Yeah, Slim Jim Gately's like cruising in. Yeah. Telfer has to go around pole sitter. That car can't be right. Still battling for a championship here, and he's going to fight.
25, Keith Cordier wins the race off pit road, but he must have pitted too close to the wall and only got 2 tires or something.
Or planned it that way. Let's take a look.
I'm watching his pit stop here. No, he's not too close to the wall.
Yeah, so 2 tires for the 25 here.
I don't know how that's going to work out. I remember he's got to consider himself to have an incident there when he stuck it 3 wide.
And this track is a cheese grater. Where'd your tires up?
Anyway, you're coming in at super speedway speeds off the backstretch into a flat corner. Relatively flat. The Indy bank's about 18 degrees tops. 9 degrees, something like that. Let's see what the track information says. Yeah, 4 corners, banked 9 degrees. Yeah, 18 degrees would be Michigan, 9 degrees. So that's like a short track. Yeah, Jason Skillings and Bill Skillings rooting for their cousin, if I recall correctly, Chris Beckman. And Chris was involved in an early wreck. I don't know how the car is feeling for him right now. Back there and find the Levi's jeans machine.
But he's sitting in them tie-fit jeans.
Currently scored. What is he scored at? Come on, ticker. 10th spot. Brad Otto in the lead right now, having stayed out in 2 tires.
1, 2,
for,
3, 4, United States Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Do you feel dizzy?
Excuse me.
Do you feel faint?
And then 2 tires for Keith Cordier. So, we've seen this movie before.
That left
Alternate
front does
strategies.
wear a good bit.
Yeah, left side tires definitely
Yeah.
wear here, and they had good, I don't know, good 6 laps on those.
Yeah, he should be all right as long as he gets caution in the next 25 laps. He should be fine.
Well, the thing is when you do you practice 2 tires in practice? Probably not. We all have to work for a living, So how much time do you actually practice for these races, and then all of a sudden 2 tires? That car's gonna be different. We've seen guys really struggling here, especially if they get offline a little bit.
Yeah, like you said, Milt, if he's tried this before, he may pull it off. We'll have to wait and see.
Now look at the 40 car of Jim Christopherson after having been involved with heavy contact in that wreck early in the race. Sitting P4 again. Oh, here comes Brad. Brad just wanted to stay out for a Dave Marcus point. That's going to pass the lead over to the 25 of Keith Cordier. But yeah, I'm impressed to see...
Reveille.
I'm impressed to see Christopherson back up here in the mix. I actually thought he was done when he took the tow.
Well, Slim Jim ain't tripping here. He knows who's around him, what is going on with them, and he pretty smart. So he's not going to be too worried about it. He's going to work 25 here and try to make him, make a mistake and take a long picture. I'm sitting on a sack of seeds right now. Lights are out on the pace car. If you're Keith here right now, why not? Let's, get some TV time here and see what we can do and maybe get a caution. If he drops back to P5 and then he gets a caution, that's still a win-win situation. Problem is, you don't want to wreck the car, so, what does that thing have? Yeah. With this league group, it's always about track position here and where your stalls are on pit road. Slim Jim's got carte blanche into his stall. All those cars are done. Ooh, snap yourself in the Slim Jim. You do not want to be dude on 2 tires with that guy behind you.
Well, we've sacrificed a chicken to the green flag gods, and see if we can get this thing going here. Lap 26 to 64. Keith Cordier leads us back to green, followed by Slim Jim Gately, Jim Christopherson, Dave Ellens, and Jeff Hale.
Like a wet blanket. This sim is funny. Sometimes you can get a little damage and it's worse than you think, and vice versa. So, see what the 40 car have. Sometimes it just takes a while for it to show you that your car is damaged when it starts getting tighter and tighter.
In the case of Jim Christopherson, I'd be... Oh!
The 25 goes
25
around
just...
and
Yep.
into the wall.
And they're piling in behind him. And we are once again under caution.
I don't believe there was was any contact there. He just lost it on his own, I think.
Nope, lost it all on his own on those 2 tires.
Well, you know, if I was Slim Jim, I'd be doing the same thing and pressuring him, you know. What you got, boy? You know? And he got the wall.
He got more than the wall. You'll see he did not go on this journey alone. Slim Jim misses him. Christopherson misses him.
Just oversteer there.
Nick Walters, Jason Dulfer, Sam Young all get caught up in there.
Sammy in the house there. The boss just tasted some paint and metal there. There's some in-car here. He got hit from behind.
Yeah, because everyone was starting to stack up when they saw
Back up
Keith
there.
go around.
Man.
So now we've seen how the 2 tires deal works out.
Well, it's a question of what you do with it. You know, I mean, you have to, as a driver, what I would do is I would ride the brake a little bit in these corners, especially on these first few laps. And look, I know I'm not going to have the faster car than Slim Jim here, so, you know, can't be a hero. You know, you got to kind of work it and make sure you don't get that snap loose, and keep your foot right by the brake. You don't have to push it, but the thing is, when you're coming through the exit of that corner and you're like 3/4 through these corners, you can apply a little bit of brake and right the nose. Also, a little bit early back off. You know, their responsibility is not to hit you. So if you back them up a little bit, they got to back up. And try to drive it a little too fast, especially with, you know, Slim Jim with 4 tires. You know he's going to beat you. It's
Jay,
just
it looks like
inevitable. You can't try to, you know, in my opinion, maybe
Yeah.
I'm getting out of bounds, but as a driver, that's what I would do. I'd be having that left foot right by my brake and maybe riding it a little bit. And then when I get on the straightaway, give him the spot. Because you know, with 2 tires, I have no business trying to challenge these guys. That's my opinion.
Well, Jam and Jay, if he had any damage, it wasn't much. Just came in, looks like he took 4 tires and was on his way.
And everybody in this field should be doing the same thing first couple laps. Until these tires get warm, you have to, I mean, you're watching your competition, and you know that they're getting snapped loose over and over again, which means the car's pushing a little bit, so they're afraid, so they overcorrect with the steering wheel, and then the thing snaps loose on them. So how do you defend that? You got to back the corner up a little bit, and then you got to keep your foot ready to ride that brake just a hair. Make sure that doesn't happen. You're not going to get anywhere. You know, Dave Owens is showing, knock on wood, every time I talk about somebody, but David Owens is showing me that so far. He's really managing this race and realizing, you know, the trends, as Larry Reynolds says, of how this race is going. I need track position. I need a clean car. I need to not try to do this. I need to, in one lap, I need to stay on the tire strategy of the leader, so I have a fair game. Then later in the race, you know, you take chances. You know, you don't get there if you don't get there. You know. These poor guys, but fortunately I have a bathroom, so I'm gonna step away for a minute. Sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
Rub it in, Milty.
I've said before when we ran the full Indy 500 here, I prepped for it like surgery. I didn't drink anything after midnight the night before. An Indy 500 I thought I had in the bag, if not for about a teaspoon of gas in Matt Watkins' tank.
'59 all the way on the access road, saving gas here, clutching.
Yeah, we're getting... what have we got to go here? 36? Yeah, this will be 36 to go now, so... if guys can go 18 and 18... to the finish, if this stays green, that only gets you to... yeah,
I think that's definitely doable.
Yeah, it's doable. You just got to make sure you get the full 18 on this run. Nick, how's your car? Looks like you took a pretty sizable hit out there.
No, we're about to find out.
Yeah, been there, done that. Looks like you may have taken some rear end. Yeah, your back end's bent up pretty good still. Looking at it from Sammy's front. Part I'd be concerned about is, yeah. Ooh, it's worse than I thought. It might be pretty loose on you. Yeah, folks, when you get that back end bent up, that generates a lot of the downforce that keeps these cars going in a straight line, keeps them stable through the corners, and you upset those aerodynamics, and it can be unpredictable.
Yeah, well, it's already unpredictable, so it's going to get worse. Well, you see the smoothness of the 23 here. Slim Jim. Yeah, he's got the air on the nose. He's in the lead, but, you know, being in the lead is a lot of pressure, you know. And his smoothness and attention to detail is tremendous.
Also, being in the lead means people can just follow you and save. And let you set the pace, let you run a little harder.
There we go.
Pace cars off. Slim Jim also has the advantage of one of the few undamaged cars out there. I think maybe Rick Castle's okay. Ryan should be okay.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned him at all. He's been chilling with the villains here.
I think Dave Ellens is okay too.
Castle, you know, he's a very measured type of driver, you know. He just doesn't think big picture all the time and doesn't try to do what he, you know, take chances, you know, but we'll see how that goes. A car with wreck here.
Ryan, actually.
This is what you see here. Good thing about this track, you do get a good view of your apex point, but you don't get a very good view of your braking point. Working on the inside here, and they said you can't make passes here. Let's go.
That's one of the best opportunities right there.
Here, you get freight train, and the 115, if they'll just gonna go back a little bit.
So Ryan Johnson on the move here. He's got himself up to P3 in just one lap.
And that is the quandary, especially early when you see these guys losing it. The thing is, most of the cars that are losing it are offline. The cars that are running on the preferred line are handling pretty well. Pretty sure that's the way this setup is designed.
Yeah, and that's why it is the preferred line, because that's where the car handles best. That's the way it's fastest around the track.
You have to
stay
be
in that dark
careful.
stuff.
And these drivers, they have teammates. They also have abilities to see their tire temp, which is a huge factor. F4 screen or whatever tells you your tire temp and how much you're making that left rear and right front angry. A 40 car seems stout. So,
It's
just
impressive,
a little,
considering
little
that big
couple
wreck he was
bumps,
in.
Here comes Ryan Johnson on the inside. When you get that pass into turn one right there, that's golden. You get the spot. And then you force dude out and he gets freight train. And now we're going to start to see that.
Well, these enormous straightaways here really amplify any aerodynamic disadvantage that you've incurred, and with Christopherson having been involved in one of those early accidents, I think he may have a little bit of drag on that right front.
He tasted the wall a little bit right there.
That was okay. That
It
was
didn't taste good.
that was just a little scuff. That's not going to hurt him.
Well, scuff plus scuff plus scuff equals 3 scuffs. But you never know. Here comes Alborn Theory down low. 29 of Jeff Hale. Where did he come from? Just another guy that, quiet, mild-mannered guy. He's a bear on the track, and he's working it. And he's been around for years. He's whooped my butt many times back in the day, and it looks like that 29 car's got something here, folks. Beckman looking strong there, but that's what happens. You kind of get cycled out. The 115 trying to make a move now. On the inside. Can he make that deal? No, he can't. But sometimes, if you can't make the pass, you still want to set the guy up for the next. This thing is a box, it's a rectangle with corners on it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 are a little bit different, but they're not that much different.
A rounded
Every
rectangle.
reaction is a reaction. So you always have to think forward as a driver. If I do this, what's going to happen to me? What's the guy behind me going to do? And, how am I going to set up this guy to pass? One thing I'm seeing with this setup and this package is you can pass. Sometimes in the past, in the old days, just could not set somebody up. It just wouldn't work. The car would get too tight, which is why we're probably seeing guys spin early, because with cold tires and car's probably a little loose, Here comes Jeff Hale. He's pounding on the 59. Passes him, and the 41's trying to go through. His car is still pretty good there. Looks like can't make it. Castle surveying here. These guys aren't lying about. They want to put on a show here.
You got your checkered flag teammates there, 1, 2, 3 now. Slim Jim Gately, Jeff Hale, and Ryan Johnson.
Well, there definitely ain't no team orders there. But they are definitely talking and working strategy here. But it's on like Donkey Kong here. Like Jeff Hale's, he's been a friend of Slim's probably longer than some of his grandchildren have been alive, you know. And here comes the 59 down low.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of damage, if any, Hale took. He was caught up in one of the early big pileups. Was spun to the inside of the track. I think that very first one, actually.
You're seeing actually a very good run down the front straight. They seem to be setting each other up on the back straight and then going through the short chute in 3 and 4 to set up the pass into turn 1. Which you either gonna pass in turn 1 or turn 3, or set that up.
Nick Walters, meanwhile, hanging on to 8th with that heavily damaged car. Doing a great job. You know that thing can't possibly be pleasant to drive right now.
That thing's looser than, you know.
Use your imagination. Well,
yeah.
Ryan Johnson moving backwards here as Chris Beckman slides under.
Well, you know, upsetting the arrow on each other, and each driver is trying to get an angle. So the 29 was trying to work on the 23, but at the same time, it set up the 41 and the 59 to make a move on them. And here comes Castle down low. Well, that's close quarters there. Great driving there by him and Beckman. We see what Chris can do. And, you know, he's on here every week, volunteering his time too. Meanwhile, he's driving. Look, he's a highlight teammate with Rick Johnson, one of the greatest drivers I've ever seen and greatest people to be on that team. Be one of his friends. Yeah, you gotta know what you're doing. Hopefully we'll see Rick back soon here. Rick, he got all kinds of stuff going on. Plays drums, you know, works on cars. He's pretty busy. So, hey, in my experience driving, one of the guys I really hated to have behind me was that 29 car. But, you know, that was early in the run. Here comes the 59 down low. We're seeing that turn 1 set up and pass being made. Now you're starting to see the greatness of this setup. Without driving it at all, you know, I have no, I'm just talking about what I see. You know, the thing is loose early, but now you're seeing real racing here. Car that can pass, which at Indy is a very, you know, difficult thing because you're always looking at something that's a little bit safer and tighter. These things are really turning well and getting a good run out of 4 into 1. Slim Jim, no, he's just chilling, chewing on a Slim Jim right there. Like that, you guys just do your thing. The discipline and line discipline. Let's see a little in card from Slim Jim here. I just want to show you roof cam something here. This guy is just a machine. Watch the line coming into turn 4 here. Just right down the line, perfect. He gets, the thing about Slim is he gets the latest apex with the greatest exit on any track. Whether it's a short track or what, he takes a look at his mirrors. Now watch how he tacks one right up against the wall, right down, but not touching that line. Smooth. He's smooth as molasses. Like that slip roll. Right? Choo-choo, you want to kind of breeze that line. They look the same, but okay, so we carry through here. Now 3. Same thing, you want to stay off that line a little, but just right down to it. Short shoot right here. That late apex and smooth exit. Right out to the wall. It's like cutting butter right there. And that is not easy to do, folks. Wonderful. They're not going to touch him unless he makes a mistake here. But then again, I don't know, you got, 10 cars against one here, so, and they're all drafted. How much they going to battle here?
Like that damage is catching up with Christopherson as he started to shed positions, falling back now into the clutches of
That's
Nick Walters.
typical with small damage, and the car is still pretty good. Over time, that right front and left rear starts to get angrier and angrier. And these drivers can check that on their F4 screen.
Chris Beckman first one to pit
down
road.
He's smelling green or thinking green or hoping he can get a caution at some point.
Yeah, this is the point where it might be in the window. 19 to go. We're going to see in the next couple laps more cars pitting.
Yeah, let's take a look at lap times here. The leader, Slim Jim, last lap 53.022, best lap 52.199. So there's basically a second a lap there. Some of these guys with damage and following might be more. Ryan Johnson, 53.4, best lap 52.089. So he's still trucking. That car is good. That Buick is good there. If I'm him right now, I'm following. What do the 23 do? 29, same thing. These guys are all in the same. Do you want to make an undercut? If you make an undercut here, what you got to do is
Here they come.
And here we go down pit road. Teammates all 5.
Woo, locking them up. Stofferson heads back out on the track.
Lest we forget, Darren Young, the owner-operator of the league in B10 here with this group. Is he on the same lap here? I'm not sure, but this is a really good run for Sam, who doesn't run very much.
But Chris Beckman's going to inherit the lead out of this as he passes Christopherson. Here comes the 41.
Love it to see the boss out there tonight. And great stop. 4 tires for the 98 team. Got to go around the 14, 3 wide. A little bit of contact.
Great stop for the 59.
Contact.
Great stop for Ryan Johnson.
Wow. 14 with damage there. Sammy all over his 6 here. Walters with a damaged car still running P8 And the Sammy had a right to fight for that. Those guys fist fight right in the pits there, and they're still fist fighting. That's good stuff. Oh, and the 14 got loose. The Buster's off the hot dog, but great save by the 14. And Sam gets the spot there. That'll make your sticker pecker right there. Wow. Great save, stabbing the brakes. That's what I'm talking about. Keeping that foot, especially on cold tires, right by
Yep.
your brake pedal.
Cold tires.
That was great
Rear.
pro racing right there. Could have been a caution. But, you know, look, that rear end of the 14 is beat up like you got kicked in the butt there. And
Yeah, rear damage, cold tires. DJ Sorrentino currently scored as your leader. Jeff Hale didn't quite pick up the lap there.
that's some fun stuff there. He taking it, Bradley. Sam's like letting him by now there, you know. Don't know if Sam has the pace. Oh, and the 14 spins it again.
And
Putting
caution.
out the caution.
Caution on the speed. It's not what these two guys up here wanted, that's for sure.
Well, you know, the veteran Sam there, he's a boss, you know, but when Jim Ray sold the league to him, we knew who the right guy was. And it wasn't me. Too busy, and I'm a driver. Sam's a driver, but he's also a great dude, and he knows racing, and he worked him. He let him by, and then you know, let him wreck himself.
Well, that's a tough car to hold on to in that situation there.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
real light.
So, you know, kudos to the 14. He's been nothing but exemplary, and he did a free spin there without taking anybody out, and he's still driving the dog, you know what, out of this thing, and it's beat up like, you know, he got kicked in the butt there. And that, you know, as we know, a car like that without that rear downforce, there's nothing I could say that's not positive about the 14 here. Everything I've seen about Nick Walters has been nothing but fantastic.
Well, these guys are probably going to run what they brung. I don't think anybody's going to pit this time by. And we're just going to run it out to the finish. Let's see. Got Ryan Johnson showing
14
pit.
laps, dude. That's pushing it, right? Oh, it should be.
No, everybody
like
should be able
12.
to make it from here.
Well, I mean, tire-wise,
No, they only got a couple laps on them.
what is she? Okay.
I would love to have tires, but I don't think I need them.
Yeah, it's the thing. You got to
Okay,
balance the track
okay.
position versus the tires. And we've already touched on how hard it is to pass here.
Well, you know, if you're talking about going in the suit, the 14 probably just did it, you know.
Now, if I were one of the few cars that's undamaged out there, like Slim, like Ryan, like, well, Slim and Ryan, I think they're maybe Rick Castle. I think there's maybe the only three guys who didn't hit anything tonight. Maybe the fresh tires would have been nice to have. But then you also got to figure they'd get stuck behind guys who stayed out, so...
Well,
It's
you know,
crapshoot.
as a kid, which I don't remember because I was a baby, I've been to the Indianapolis 500 twice back in the 60s. And my dad was actually looking for a ride, but he told me later in life, after watching all his friends getting hurt here or killed, that I'm kind of glad I never got that ride.
It was dangerous back in his day, man. This place...
Absolutely.
This
And
place
what he
was-
did was
yeah.
dangerous as it was in Can-Am and IMSA and Trans Am, but Indianapolis, thank God this is real, you know. These guys are
I'm
going to
gonna-
walk away and live by the day.
I'm gonna go get a refill before we take this restart here with about 12 to go, I'm predicting. It's like Chris Beckman still in the lead, Jim Christopherson second. Ryan Johnson third, Slim Jim fourth, and Rick Castle rounding out your top five. I will be right back.
You so want to call him Chris Christopherson, don't you?
Well, it's only natural, you know. Well. What do we have here? Slim Jim in fourth? Both these cars have damage or a little bit of damage in front here. They've hit some stuff.
I'm hoping Jim's feeling pity on me and he'll just follow me. I don't think that's going to happen, though.
Well, it all depends on how the restart goes. I mean, if there's not a chance, he's going to fall in line. If he's got a chance, he's going to go for it. So, obviously, you need a good restart here.
I'll be honest, I don't really like being in front here with this many laps to go.
Well, you know, it's Indy, so you really can't do no monkey business as far as your restart, or
No,
you're going to incur the wrath.
it is what it is at this point.
It is what it is. Everybody knows when you have to go. So, main thing about being in the lead, Indy, or like, you know, when I won the Indy 500 here, is after all that time, you have to still hit your marks. You know, you have to focus on the track and your apex points, and you know what everybody else is going to do, they're going to do.
Well, and like you said, I think we hit that point of the race where, hey, you kind of done saving. You just got to go at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It'd be like, let's see, pace car lights are off. So, it'd be 11 to go here. That's an eternity. Gotta be smart. Can't throw it away. When you're on point, you're on point. So they have to make the moves to try to take it away from you.
Yeah, like you said, I just got to hit my marks here, and if I can do that, then I'm going to force Jim or Ryan or whoever to make a move on me. So we'll see what happens.
And then everybody behind wants to get up on this Friday night podium. So there could be another caution.
We got about 7 or 8 guys, I think, who could win this race tonight. So it should get pretty exciting here.
Absolutely.
About ready to take this restart here with 11 to go. Lap 54 of 64. Lights are off on the FSB pace car. Pull those belts up tight. Let's see if we can bring this thing home green.
I see Chris working the car a little bit in the sim. It's not a physical thing; it's a mental thing. I used to do the same thing. I like to, even though I knew it didn't warm the tires up, it was just part of my routine to get my mind in the right pace. And,
reminds you where you have your steering ratio set and all that.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the real deal, they're not only warming the tires up, but they're scrubbing some of the debris that they pick up rolling around under caution off them.
Pace car is off.
Pace car in, here we go.
'59 has been aggressive all night. but he hasn't laid a hand on anybody. See what he do.
I think he knows he's got that straightaway speed advantage on the 40. So my guess is just a nice clean run here through the first couple corners. Try and get maximum momentum off turn 2.
The guy behind you is going to try to make you upset and miss your apexes and the short shoots.
Ooh. In this case, it's his teammate Slim, or at least it was, and now Rick Castle's looking underneath Slim going into 3.
But Ryan Johnson makes a great pass in the turn 3. '59's been the biggest mover all night. That car is on rails. It's still, everybody runs the same setup. Fixed professional racing setup. Taking a look here.
Didn't quite have the nose. Oh, no! Oh, that's devastating hit for Ryan Johnson there.
And that's why, as the leader, you got to be patient. And Beckman was. Let these guys get, too much adrenaline here.
He just got too tight in the middle of that corner.
Hit your mark, son. Come on. 59 still has something left here, but. And I hear.
Oh, huge wreck off
and
floor.
We have a huge wreck.
Pops Marguson, TG Reese, we haven't talked about TG all night. Looks like he's involved in the 53 Skull Bandit.
That's how it's done, though. Chris ain't his first rodeo. Feel that pressure, but same thing is you got to execute. And now you're putting some distance here. The 59 done scraped that wall.
First, we're going to look at here. Ryan Johnson had to run, wasn't quite in there for the corner entry. Backs out of it, but then gets tight, and bam! Him and Christopherson both nailed the wall there.
Yeah.
And then a little later, same lap, or lap 2 later.
Slim Jim could have got through. Oh, so close for Slim Jim, but he had to keep it clean because Slim Jim could give the 41 the problem here. But he's got to get to him. Slim Jim's still got the best car there. I'm not sure exactly how he lost track position.
Well, when Ryan made his move down the backstretch, it looked like Rick Castle got a good run on Slim. And so when Ryan ducked down, Rick ducked down with him and got a nose under the 23.
Whoa! We got cars down pit road.
Well, yeah, I mean, 3 of them were involved in the wreck. Christopherson slapped the wall after Ryan did.
59 mustard off the hot dog. He was just trying to, play some mind games there, I guess. Yeah.
Hey guys, how we doing up here?
Hey, Dave Ellens checking in from...
What's up,
What
Dave?
spot you sitting in now?
I think I'm in 6th.
Let's see, it's got you scored, yeah, 6.
Had a great car all night. You and Slim both lost some track position there.
Yeah, I lost second gear on one of the first restarts, so it's taken me a couple laps to get going, and I'm just sitting here watching these guys race now.
You can see Slim pulling up next to...
Yet.
You can see
Exactly.
Slim... You can see Slim pulling up next to Ryan there to give him a damage report, I think. And I'm sure Slim's telling him it ain't pretty.
Nah, they hit the wall pretty good. Everybody's scrambling for position right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan's car basically looks like stretch marks on the right side there.
Well, the 41 still, we're not sure if he, if he's 100%. The 23, I think, is still the fastest car, but can he get around here?
Yeah, you know, it's Indy and track position's everything, even with a damaged car. And so we'll see what happens.
I'd call it 99.8% good.
Well, you look pretty good going by
Okay.
me, so I don't know. Anyway,
It's-
we'll
it's
see
the
you guys
denim.
on the other side, and have a
on,
great
brother.
call.
All right, thanks, Dave.
See you,
Good
Dave.
luck, Chris.
Yeah, good luck, brother.
Was
59,
caution-
trying to get in the 41's head, but doing a little, let's get close. Remember me, but the 41's like, remember me, I'm in P1 here.
Well, these caution laps are helping the damaged cars because it's as the run goes on is where that damage really has a cumulative effect on increasing the wear on the tires, and because of how it tightens the car up. So Ryan's being helped by the caution laps. Chris is being helped by them. Slim wants to go green.
Drivers have their moments, and you never know. Jeff Godin was my Canadian teammate there watching earlier. I don't know if he's still watching, but he won the 4 hours of Nürburgring, and we were watching. And he's a great driver. He's run that track and stuff, but that's Nürburgring. 14 miles. You just don't know. And he got in that last stint, and the whole time we watched with our teeth crunched, and is he going to be able to do it? And there's just sometimes a driver pulls a rabbit out of his hat, and obtains excellence, and like he did, and won that race, for our team. You just never know. Try over and again. Some good finishes, but and this is the same thing here tonight. Who's that base car goes off, it's all on them, man. Ryan Johnson, you just don't think of him as that Charger guy. Tonight, that car, his car language, watching him as a driver, former driver, he's aggressive as heck tonight. I mean, that car, he's exuding testosterone here.
It's going to be 5 to go when we get the restart here.
He's not lying about hoping to win
Meaning
this
the
race
next-
on fuel mileage. He's trying to win this thing outright, and it kind of looks like his son here.
You can tell the 59 really enjoys this track, man. He's been fast tonight.
There are
Yeah,
those
it's the home
tracks,
track.
absolutely, home track, and he's been on rails. Still, as the leader, what you got to do is you got to execute as the car lights are off.
If I can get a good start here, I should be okay. If Ryan gets a jump on me, I might be in trouble. We'll see.
Yeah, do you want to defend or not? You really can't do that at the start here. You have
Yeah.
to stay in the line, and you need that good restart.
And again, I was trying to say that we're going to be inside 5 to go here, so next flag will end it.
You can defend turn one though, so as long as you get that good start. As
Right,
Yeah,
driver,
it should
also-
be okay. I mean, our tires are still pretty green. I think we'll be all right. They're going to be very cold, so I think these cars will be sliding a lot.
Yeah, they've heat cycled a couple times too, and we haven't experienced that yet tonight.
you go
Yeah,
through a
10-4.
cycle on restarts, and with a big track like this or Pocono, or go through a breathing session, and then when you get to a certain point on the track, and I would say about right now, as you're going through the short shoot and you see those lights off, then it's like you're gritting your teeth and you're grabbing that wheel, and it's like, okay, man. I don't want to hear nothing. I want to go, you know. Yeah, when you're in car here, you're thinking, you know, you got your start zone here before the start finish line.
Pace car's off. Lap 60 of 64, 5 to go. Chris Backman gets a great start.
Great start by the 41. 59, the mustard was off the hot dog a little bit there.
You just use that for everything.
Well, you know, I love Chick Hearn, even though he's quite, you know, character, you know, Laker fan, you know, so. And the mustard off the hot dog is definitely that. But got time here. Now you defend a little bit. Take a little bit of air off them. Use that apex. They gotta do what they gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. That's to execute here. Beckman, can he go for 2 in a row here? You know, he shows up every week, talks and drives. Great guy, very knowledgeable, huge resume in his sim racing career.
Well, let's get a look at that restart. I'm on board.
What you're looking at is you're looking at the start finish line and the tower. You gauge yourself off visual things you look at, you know, because you can't see a whole lot there. You know about where the start finish line is, but when you're in cockpit, you can't see that. As the leader, you dictate that. But they're coming back at him, and now here comes Johnson on the inside. And he gets Ray Train, Slim Jim Gailey in the P2.
Yeah, that damage.
Get yourself into a Slim Jim.
That damage just
Don't forget about
not.
me.
That damage is not going to do any favors to Ryan, and it's going to play into the favor of Slim being the most most undamaged car on the track.
62 of 64. And this is not over. And Slim Jim's been the fastest car the whole race here. And he's got, teammate. Slim Jim Gailey taking a look. He's going to defend. That's what I would do. That's a good move there. You get one move. Defend, make him go high. That was a great thinking by Beckman there. Initiate that move. It's not blocking, it's called defending, folks. Oh, and the 29 into the wall, hard. Slim Jim's not done yet. Okay, so, dude's going to defend you into 63 or 64. He's going to defend you here. This is still your best passing option. But you got to get close enough with that defend and dealing with those guys. Oh, the 41 gets loose.
Ryan Johnson hits the wall hard. Rick Castle will get by.
You're not going to do it this lap, so back it off.
So you got to do it this lap. You don't have any more laps.
Set him up. Set him up right here. All the way through. Slim Jim, he's a veteran. Set him up. Want to get that good run out of turn 2 here. Put the pressure on Beckman, which Beckman uses everything. Put a cigarette pack against the wall. Gotta set him up to this. To the short shoot here.
And he doesn't have them.
Beckman gets a great run. Wow. Power stroke right there. Slim Jim trying to get there, but no way. The
Checker
41's
flag in the
gonna
air.
win it. Chris Beckman with an unbelievable run right there against one of the best I've ever seen, ever. And a love bump right there. That's your winner. Beckman with just a wonderful restart. He just dominated that last section there. He sat there and talked to us, which could have been
Whoops.
okay. The
Little extracurricular activity on the back, bumping each other around.
He told us how he was going to do it, and as a driver, I don't know if I can do that and then execute, because I might be too full of myself. I don't know, or distracted because I'm kind of ADD. But Beckman just rolls it and smokes it right there.
I tell you that restart was mighty close to a jump.
Hey man, if NASCAR don't say nothing, you won the race, bro. You gotta go. You gotta go. Well, we just talked about it. He knew he needed that restart. No harm, no foul, no blood, like Dick Hurton. They do. And smoke him if you got him. 2 in a row for the 41. This dude has come to race. Get some. Like that.
Just like
It's
that.
time to kiss the bricks, bro. I'll be right back. Maybe you can gather these
All
guys
right,
up.
yeah. Well, we know Chris knows his way up here. So again, your podium there is Chris Beckman, your winner. Slim Jim Gately adds to his point lead there with the win. And third place, Rick Castle helps his point standings situation out too. And let's see if Ryan gets the points updated here. I think that was 16 points coming in. Yeah, so that's a 10-point gain there for Slim tonight. Moving him up 26 points up. That's a full race worth of points with 2 races to go. So I think he pretty much just has to take the start next week, or the next 2 weeks really, and he should be good to go. That should be your championship locked up as long as Slim can show those 2 weeks. And we got Slim, we got Rick, we got Mr. Beckman. All right, well, Milty stepped aside, left me hanging here, so I'm glad you guys found your way to the booth by yourselves. Rick Castle, we'll start with you. Podium finish there, podium in the points. And where the heck did you come from? Because we pretty much didn't say your name all night long, and the next thing you know, you're moving up to P3.
Yeah, just kind of, I told myself I just wanted to try to hang around as much as I could tonight up in the top. I think I hung around the top 5, 6 most of the night. But yeah, I just, tried to hang around there and took advantage of the end. At the end there, I had a little bit fresher tires maybe, but and plenty of fuel, but just, did what I could. So I'm happy with the finish. Congrats to Chris on the win there.
Good job there, Rick. And what's your car?
Rick, you were just like right there all the time. Kind of reminds me of some of the runs I've had. Good. I mean, solid run. Good points night. And then the battle got cheeky there at the end. So. But you do what you do, I mean, you run clean, and you
I had to work to get past Ryan. I was able to just clear him on the backstretch.
How was your car? Because we lost count of who did and didn't have damage out there. We thought you were one of the undamaged cars.
Yes, I managed to stay undamaged all night, which was quite a task tonight because it seemed like there was yellows flying all over the place. But felt bad for my teammate there. He got caught up in the first one, but I think he still come back to finish 6th or 7th. So, with the damaged car. Jason,
Yep, well,
sorry.
yeah, Jason.
can't
Yep.
tie
Yeah.
here.
Great run there for Mr. Castle. Thanks for joining us. And Slim Jim, man, you were up front most of the night there, and then that pit sequence seemed to make the difference. Man,
I think you had the best car all night.
you were also undamaged. Just run out of time. What'd you need there to get Chris?
Don't know. I don't know if I could have got him. It seemed like when you were in the lead, you just, it's just hard for anybody to get by you. Great job, Rick. Congrats to Chris.
Thanks,
as well. No, I did all I could do, and I don't know what else I could have done. Dodged a
Well,
couple
when we talked about the restart, Chris was live with us in the booth, and we were talking about, what I would do. I ain't out there driving, but with that guy behind you, and because that guy is you, and man, he did like a Formula One restart, or when I'm watching Formula One, I'm like, why aren't these guys up on him? I don't know. It just really maximized that restart, and then maybe you had a better car. In fact, I think you had the best car all night, but it just wasn't enough time. Yeah.
Well, that still does good for the points there, because I was saying you were 26 points up. That's officially more than a race worth of points. So all you got to do is start the next 2, Slim.
Well, that's good to know, because last week that just sucked.
I know, man.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it looks like you're just got to bring it home 2 more times, and then we'll be handing out a trophy there. So great run all season there, Slim. Great run tonight. Strong run, but then Chris Beckman just had the strategy play, had the restart of the year there, and
dudes like wins.
yeah. First off, how much damage did you take in that backstretch incident, and do you think it could have sustained over a green flag run, or did those caution laps help you?
I think the caution laps definitely helped me. It was one of those situations, Sean, where I didn't register any damage through the game. My F9 was not showing any damage, but I knew that the car had been hit a couple different panels, and honestly, I wasn't sure how well it was going to do. Once, about the time Matt was going out and I dodged a couple of pretty big wrecks there, I realized that the car was still handling really well. And I want to apologize to Ryan Johnson. I kind of followed up that last restart. That was not my intention. I had tried to mark a fence post on the front stretch, and I think I went a fence post too early, or maybe two posts.
It was close.
Well, the thing is, if NASCAR doesn't penalize you, then that's a clean restart.
It is what it is. I think, I had a good car all night. I felt like I could run with Matt on Tuesday, and then once he went out, I thought, well, I've got a shot. You got the 23 in the race, and some of these other guys, that's never a sure thing. But man, I tell you, I felt like the strategy just kind of favored us tonight. We were very fortunate to get down on the access road and miss a couple early wrecks, and then things just kind of came together. Shout out to the Skillings boys again for coming out. Highline Racing, as always, for supporting me, and for you guys up here in the booth. Appreciate what you guys do.
Congrats again, Chris, and thanks for joining us here and during the race too for the in-race reporter spot there. And thank again our podium finishers, Rick Castle, Slim Jim Gately, for joining us, and as they have all season long. We got 2 more races to go. What we got here?
Talladega.
Checking the form. Talladega. Aren't you?
And then I think Homestead after that.
That's right, Talladega and Homestead. Man, don't you feel great heading into Talladega in a non-stressful point situation there, Slim? That place is a wild card.
I do, because
Yes, it is.
that place hates me.
Hey, Sean, I just want to say too,
it's a crapshoot too. I mean, there's a lot of great plate drivers that guys that aren't, probably going to win tracks like this, but they can win there, and they know how to win. You know, I look at Brad Otto, definitely the old 43. They've won them before, and they could do it again. It's a crapshoot, and that's definitely going to set up the final race. That's for sure.
Yeah, then you got guys like Hale who live for Talladega.
I'm sure you guys mentioned it several times tonight, but Bob Williams definitely in my thoughts today as well.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to get to that with our. Yeah, we had we kind of scrambled on the opening of the show with Milty having trouble connecting, and then when I got on, a whole bunch of my stuff broke too. Yes, we did not get a chance to mention Bob and the Williams family. If you guys haven't checked the forums, Bob Williams, his son, Doug, was in a car accident over the weekend, and did not make it. And so, he was 38 years old, the youngest son of Bob Williams. And obviously, our hearts are with the Williams family. If we're gonna do anything, check the forums. I'm sure Sam will be coordinating that. And again, we love you, Bob, and our thoughts are with you and family.
Awesome.
Love you, Bob.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So sorry.
Yeah, and so I hate to end on a downer note like that, but it's the family. When you're FSB, it's just one big racing family here, and so that's when that stuff hits one, it hits us all. So we'll be back next week, and we thank again Milty for joining me in Sound and Vision as always. We thank Ryan Johnson doing the admin deal, Sam Young keeping the league going, and all you fans joining us out there on YouTube, liking, subscribing, commenting. It helps get us noticed by the algorithm, let people know that this game is still alive and this league is one of the ones helping keep it there. And thanks again, as always, our series sponsor, Bill Farmer, Farmer Boys Contracting, putting up the hardware these guys have been racing for all season. So we'll see you next week with 2 to go. Until then, for FSB Racing Live, I've been Sean Reap, saying good night.